Hi everyone, I honestly just wanted to come out here and speak about something that's really been bothering me. And I think it's been bothering a lot of people in the art community. It's about beginner artists and people making fun of them. I've just seen it everywhere, on TikTok, sometimes on YouTube, on different art apps, I don't know. It's just everywhere and it's depressing. Well, I wouldn't say depressing, but some of you actively just expect child artists to just come out of the womb like Picasso or something, and it's no, that's not how it works. And the thing is, some of you actively try to rationalize your criticism. If you have a genuine critique and you're actively trying to help a beginner artist, that's completely fine. But if you're just insulting them, saying that art is terrible, blah blah blah, this that, making that art like an art trend, it's just horrible. Specifically, I'm gonna address TikTok, because I feel like TikTok has a real problem with that. If your art style isn't up to a certain standard, like the jelly art style, but then again, even if you have the jelly art style, I've seen people get made fun of or criticized for having that art style. Now, if you don't like that art style, that's completely up to you. I'm not gonna blame you, but just I don't really see the issue. It's just an art style. But genuinely, right, I'm glad that I didn't start off as a beginner artist on TikTok, because I would have gotten bullied the hell out of. Because when I was a kid, I did not draw that well. My art right now is okay, but when I was a kid, good lords, some of my drawings looked a bit atrocious. I did a Markiplier drawing all the way back in I think it was 2016. I think it was 2016, and it looks god awful, and you can see it on my old Twitter. It just looks terrible. But yeah, I'm kind of glad no one made fun of me for my art, because I would have just become disheartened and just completely gave up. It's some of y'all cannot fathom the fact that some people don't come out of the womb as Picasso. Some people have to work. Art isn't a gift, it's a skill. It's a skill you learn over time and get better at. Instead of being mean, why not just give them genuine critiques about their art? You could give them tips, or show them how to draw faces more proportionately, any of that. You don't need to make fun of these people, you could just help them. I feel on the internet, it's just a little bit too normalized to just be horrible to people and just be mean to people, and it's why don't we just actively help each other? On the other side of the spectrum, right, beginner artists need to also be okay with criticism. If they're not okay with genuine criticism and just view it as insults, that's also an issue, because these people are just actively trying to help you, and if you don't take that criticism into account, then you're not going to improve as an artist. Just remember, right, not all criticism is them trying to actively attack you. Granted, some people on the internet are they're kind of horrible people, but not all criticism is just people attempting to attack you or trying to belittle your art or trying to make you feel bad about your art. They're just genuinely trying to help you. Some of my favorite art channels on YouTube are artists, professional artists giving their criticism on beginner artists, giving them tips, showing them how to draw people more proportionately, drawing hair, doing lighting. It's just actively helping people. And it's not insulting them in the process. It's just actively helping people improve their art. Constructive criticism, not just saying, oh, your art sucks, blah blah blah, rendering process. Because I was on TikTok around the time I was there when I saw the whole rendering process trend happen, and I'm still confused about that joke. I'm 19 and these people on TikTok making me feel so old. And I'm not sure if that rendering process thing was a joke, but people were really, really, really it started off as a few jabs at the art style, and then it just started off people saying your art sucks, blah blah blah, this that, just a lot of harassment. And it's why not just give them tips? Because I actually did see some people in the comment section actually trying to give them critique and stuff, and that's nice, but everyone else was just genuinely so terrible. Sorry, I just kind of sidelined there, but that situation was just crazy. Even people who may be beginner artists on YouTube Shorts will just get insulted about the fact that they're a beginner artist. And it's do you not, some of you people, do you not understand the concept of a beginner artist? it's an artist who is a beginner. They're obviously not gonna draw like Leonardo da Vinci, okay? They're not gonna draw in the best anime art style known to man. But like, that's why there are people out here doing critiques and actively helping them. Just being horrible to them, you're just gonna... A lot of people have just like quit art because people were just actually so terrible to them. And a lot of these artists I see actively quitting art is like, they're children too. And it's kind of sad because like a lot of these artists are kids. Like, usually you start off art when you're a kid, but then you have people who just think like being mean is a personality trait, just insulting your art style. And it's like, how are they meant to improve and meet your and attempt to meet your particular standards if you just force them to quit and just insult their art like relentlessly? Like, when I was a kid, granted, I did get like some mean comments about my art, like, but with my art I was kind of like, yeah, sometimes I look back at my art and it's like, yeah, I get it. But at the same time, I also got a lot of support, like from my mum and stuff. Like, I got a lot of support, and that's what gave me the motivation to continue doing art. And now I like my art, but at the same time I also want to get better. I want to like continue upgrading myself and continue making my skills better, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to be like a Debbie Downer or anything, or like be like, oh, I don't understand jokes, blah blah blah, it's just a joke, but like, a lot of these times, like when it comes to beginner artists and younger artists, these jokes like affect them on like a personal level, and they just completely quit art because they don't want any more jokes at their expense anymore. But yeah, that's kind of just all I wanted to say. It's just something that's been bothering me for a while, and I know like way popular artists have talked about it, but like, it's just a serious problem because there's so many people quitting art when like they could just keep upgrading their skill and get better at it. But no, these people, random people, just like making fun of them because of their art, and it's a bit depressing to see. But it's like, not all people like criticizing art. Like, on a lighter note, it is nice to see just people uplifting like younger artists, giving them tips and stuff, like, as you should, like, thankfully. Anyway, that's basically all I wanted to talk about today. If you're a beginner artist, like, and people are actively criticizing your art, all I'm gonna say is actually don't give up, because your art will become... If you don't think your art is good right now, then it'll become better in the future, I promise you. If you keep at it, don't draw too much though, or else you get like burnout, but keep at it and keep doing art.